Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome to my first TBR jar video. I absolutely love watching these, and are we 9 days in September? Yes we are. Am I still making a video? Absolutely. I love these videos. I love watching them. I literally binge them all every single month. At the beginning of the month, without a doubt, I will be sitting on my couch binging these videos. So of course, I had to do my own. I'm honestly so excited. This is a very fun and just like interactive way to pick my TBR. I am definitely a mood reader, as we all know. And I don't always stick to a TBR. It depends on the month and it depends on the season and just like how I'm feeling during that month. But I do love to just set a TBR for myself as kind of like the foundation, and then I kind of go from there, because I do like to have like a set of books, especially from my physical TBR, that I want to get through during that month. So I'm so excited to be making this video. I am very sorry that I am posting this days into September, but I hope you don't mind that much, and I hope you love these videos as much as I do. So a couple days ago, I just looked up a bunch of prompts and put them in here, and then added some of like my own. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I get good ones. I did put some that were like very fun and exciting, but also some that maybe like I could dread or like not want to pick up. But in regards to my TBR, this is it. I do have more books on my TBR on my shelves, and some just stacked in the corner because I do need to get a new bookshelf. I have too many books and they don't fit in my 2 bookshelves. So I do have more, but this is more of like my priority TBR, like books that I really want to get to, especially this fall. So this is kind of the immediate priority physical TBR that I want to get through before the year ends. I feel like my cart looks kind of random, like there's like just random genres, as you can see, but it's definitely because I feel like from the beginning of this year I have done such a good job reading my physical books. So it does look kind of random because there are books that I just haven't gotten to, or that I specifically kept for the fall and winter season. And I'm just so ready to get in the cozy fall, pumpkin spice, cozy vlogs, leaves falling, you get it. I am so excited for fall. I live in California, and currently for the past week we have been in a heat wave that has been not very fun. Honestly, I've had some of the worst sleep because it is just physically unbearable. But apparently yesterday was the last of it. We are on the other side, hopefully, fingers crossed, of this heat wave. I am so ready. I have been literally telling everyone at work I need it to be fall. I need it to be chilly, cool mornings, cool nights, just breezy. And I'm just really trying to manifest that into my life, into California. I know that obviously living here, it's probably not gonna get cool or like cold until maybe like November. I know what I got myself into living here. I know the deal, but I can still be delusional, and I can still manifest and want for it to be cooler. Being delulu is the only way, in my opinion. Being delusional is what has got me here, and being delusional my entire life has worked out for me. So be delusional. That anyways, all that to say, I am so excited for cooler weather, for fall, for pumpkin spice lattes, for all the cozy, fun fall vibes. And obviously the books that we choose this month are going to show that. So even though it might be 85, 87, 89 degrees outside, I will be reading a cozy fall book. That was the longest intro for what? I don't know, but I need to stop talking and get into the video. Let's pick our first prompt. Give it a little shake. Oh, I can't get them. Oh, also, I am picking 8 prompts for 8 books. Maybe I'll do 9 or 10. No, I think I'm gonna try to stick with 8. I think that's honestly the perfect number for me. That is how much I read a month. So I'm giving myself a couple options if I don't read all 8 to like, you know, choose from. First prompt, why am I nervous? Why am I so nervous? Oh, a book with a color on the title. Don't mind my handwriting. It's a little bad, okay? Don't judge me. Let's see, a book with a color on the title. So I don't know those. What? A fate inked in blood? And center from blood and ash? Love like Florence. What happens if I don't have what the prompt is asking me to do? Honestly, I'm very, very surprised, but I don't think that I have a single book with a color on the title. Let's try this again. Ooh, a book out of my comfort zone. Okay, I have a few options. I am definitely a romance and fantasy girl. Sprinkle a little bit of thriller and mystery, but definitely out of my comfort zone. I'm thinking like general fiction. It could be women's fiction, literary fiction, nonfiction. That's out of my comfort zone. Okay, so I did find a couple options. So the first one is My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that. I'm really bad at like authors' names, but I don't know a lot about this book. All I know is that it's set in New York and it's a girl who I think is having like trouble with her mental health and being alive and existing in this world. As an experiment, sleeps her way through life for a whole year. Something like that. I did hear that the story is like strange and like weird, but at the same time like super insightful, and you really go through it with like our narrators. Next one is Bunny by Mona Awad. I've never read anything by Mona Awad. I've always wanted to. I've heard great things about this book. I think it's like a darker type of book. It's basically about this very just like cliquey school, and our female lead gets invited to this group called Bunnies. And apparently this group of girls is very interesting. I've heard this is such a good read. Honestly, for some reason, this book, not by the cover, just by I feel like the content, because it's a little bit like a darker, twisted book, gives me like fall, kind of like winter vibes. So this one is also a very big contender. The fourth one that I was thinking about as soon as I read the prompt, that I don't know why it wasn't on my TBR, it was on like the other pile, is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. It was so popular when it first came out. It got so much good praise and people just love this book. I think I got it last year or maybe at the beginning of this year, and I just have not picked it up. So this book could also be a good one for this prompt. So this one takes place in the 60s, and we follow our female main character, which is a very just brave, outspoken female main character who is basically trying to change the status quo of the 1960s and like her difficulties and her problems being a woman during that time. And so I feel like that would be such a good read. I also just have heard such good things about this book. I know I keep saying it, but it has been beautifully praised left and right. So I might go with this one. See, now I don't know. I am gonna go with Lessons in Chemistry. I also love how big the font is. And it is, I think, like over, yeah, it is over 300 pages, but with that font, I feel like it could be a quick read. And it's definitely out of my comfort zone. I don't think I've ever read anything like this, so I'm very excited. Let's choose our prompt number 2. Okay, book with a pretty cover. I feel like I have quite a few with pretty covers, well, that I think are pretty. So I have Destroy the Day, which is the 3rd installment in the Destroy the Night trilogy by Prigid Kemmerer. I don't know if that's what the series is called, but if you've read Destroy the Night or Defend the Dawn and you've seen those, this is the 3rd book to that. It'd be nice to get it off my TBR and finally complete the trilogy. Or we also have A Fate Inked in Blood. I absolutely love this cover. It's so stunning, by Daniel L. Jensen. This is also going to be a series. This is the 1st book, and it was very popular, I think, at the beginning of this year. So it would be fun to pick it up. Honestly, a fantasy sounds good. Oh, another pretty one would be Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I really like this cover. I haven't heard the best thing about the book and the content inside, but the cover is really beautiful. Okay, so sorry if there's like a different angle or if something looks different. My camera died, so I had to change the battery. I am feeling a fantasy more than like a romance. So I think for this prompt, I'm going to do Destroy the Day. This obviously concludes the trilogy, and I really enjoyed the first and second book. It is not like a all-time like favorite trilogy, I don't think, but it's very action packed, and I really enjoy both of our main characters. So I'm excited to be back in this world and kind of get a little bit of closure, since both of the previous books have had big cliffhangers and also like unanswered things. So I'm excited to go back into this world. I love the audiobook and highly recommend the audiobook for this trilogy. I think it's so well done, and the narration is just adds so much personality. So definitely, if you're going to read these, and if you're an audiobook girly, highly recommend. Okay, so third prompt. I'm honestly having such a good time doing this. No wonder so many people love doing these. It's so much fun. Oh. Okay, an intimidating book. I am scared. I'm terrified for my life. Yes, I am. Immediately, I'm thinking tandem read. So if you didn't know, I actually started my Throne of Glass journey last year, pretty like middle end of last year, and I absolutely love this series so much. It is honestly unlike anything I have ever read, and Heir of Fire and Queen of Shadows absolutely like destroyed me and changed my life. I did try to start the tandem read, and somehow I just felt so overwhelmed. These obviously are not small books, they're pretty hefty, and putting them together can be quite overwhelming. I know, don't want to get into like the whole of like, should you tandem, should you not tandem? Like obviously everyone's like personal opinion what they should do with their reading journey and their reading experience. It is not my job to tell you how to read certain books. Honestly, I would love to hear some of your opinions in the comments. If you have read the Throne of Glass series, or if you are someone who also maybe like struggled a little bit with the tandem, or just did it like, I don't know, did it differently than like everyone else does it, please comment down below like how I should do it. I do not mind doing the like trying the tandem again. I'm just scared that it's not going to work out because it already didn't work out once, but that is not to say that it can't work again. You know, I am a little bit scared. It is very intimidating. If you have any suggestions, or other than the fact that I know that you can find the like full breakdown of how to do the tandem online, I have it. If you have like any other method or anything else like you feel like you did, or maybe something that you added while doing the tandem, or like, I don't know, something that might help me, please comment down below and help me, because I am scared, but I'm excited. I'm so excited. I told myself that I have to finish Throne of Glass by the end of this year. So obviously these have to be read at some point, and what better time than now? Okay, I really need to pick like a smaller book because I have some hefty books for September, like 2 hardcovers and the tandem. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. Give me a good one. Give me something. Okay. Oh, fun. Okay, so the next one is title that starts with the first letter of the month. And so obviously we're in September. So a title with S. So the 2 that I have for this prompt is going to be 6 of Crows and 7 Days in June. This is a duology, and I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure you've read it. I'm the last person to read it. It's about a found family and this group of people who come together, and all I know is that it has a heist in it, and that the found family is like one of like people's like favorite found family ever, which is a big deal because I love me some found family. Found family is like, how many times can I say found family? Is one of like my favorite tropes ever. There is something so beautiful about finding people who are not like your blood but still feel like it. Anyways, all that to say, I've heard great things. I've always wanted to read it, haven't picked it up because again, It's a bit intimidating, not because of the length, just because of the hype and how loved it is, and what if I don't love it? That would make me really sad. It's very funny because one of my closest friends, JC, she's also a YouTuber. Love her so much to death. She's one of my closest friends and we've gone so much closer, but she literally texted me and was like, we have to buddy read Six of Crows since we both haven't read it, and it feels like we're the only people who haven't. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that this month, but maybe I can. Maybe this is a sign. Or we could also do 7 Days in June. I've heard such good things about this book. I know this is a second chance romance, but it's a very like mature, beautiful, like steady type of love. She is a single mom and they're both adults, so it feels much more like relatable and realistic. I know Heather just read this book and literally, I think she rated it maybe 5 stars, maybe not 5 stars. I don't know. I don't remember how much she rated it, but I know she loved it and talked super highly of this one. Kinda, I'm leaning more towards 7 Days in June just because I have a lot of like fantasy. I mean, not a lot, just the tandem and Destroy the Day, but it does feel like a lot for me right now. Adding another fantasy could be a lot for me, but it also could be really fun. Since it's fall, you know, I'm trying to manifest those fall vibes. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, for the simple fact that I'm going to have emotional support while reading this book, I think I'm gonna go with Six of Crows. My friend JC wants to read it with me and I love buddy reading. I think it's so much fun. So I really think that I should pick Six of Crows and add it to my TBR. I am feeling nervous about this month's TBR. Excited, but nervous. There's a lot going on. This is the exact prompt I needed. This is literally perfect. A book you think you can finish in a day. This is perfect. This is exactly what I needed. Thank you. Okay, I immediately am thinking the shortest book on my TBR, that is what I'm going to pick. But that would be Bunny, because it's less than 300 pages. And I don't know if I can add another like dark read to my TBR. Like I feel like I need something like fluffy and cute. I've heard pretty good things about One Star Romance. I got it on my book of the month 2 months ago, maybe last month. I've heard that it's like really fun and cute and like quick. I also think this cover is stunning, but basically our two main characters, she is a romance writer, or she might just be a writer, maybe not romance, but she's a writer, and he gave her book a 1-star review, and their best friends are getting married to each other. As she's walking down the aisle, she finds out that he is the one who gave her book a 1-star review. Drama. Give me some drama. I love it. Some drama, some romance, some giggles. I'm excited. I think I am gonna go with 1-star romance. I need something to break up this dark, heavy fantasy. So I think this one's gonna be so perfect for that. Okay, our 6th prompt. Oh, that's the one that fell. It fell in my lap, so it must be a sign. Oh, title that starts with the first letter of the month. I already did this, sorry. I put it back. I shouldn't have put it back. Silly girl. Okay. Next. Oh, fun. Okay, highest rated on Goodreads. Okay, so from my TBR, highest rated on Goodreads, I'm gonna go and do some scoping because I obviously don't have the ratings on hand. So I'm gonna go to Goodreads and find out all the ratings of these, and I will Okay, so I found the 3 books rated the highest off of my TBR. The first one is Heartless Hunter with 4.2. The second one is From Blood and Ash with 4.3. And lastly, and the winner is Daisy Hates The Great Undoing with 4.49, which is a pretty high rating in my opinion, especially for Goodreads and for how popular this series is. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to be back with these characters. I love them so much, and get all the juice and all the tea and all the drama. I think this is a sign to get back into this world, and I am so scared, but so excited. I've heard this one's so good, and it's people's like favorite from people who love like the Daisy Hates books more. This one's like their favorite, so I'm so excited. Okay, 7th prompt. Oh. Okay, this one's gonna be newest release. I am so excited that I got this prompt. Honestly, I was wishing, manifesting, praying that I would get it because I'm gonna go outside of this TBR for the only reason that Daydream was just released. I mean, not just, I think it's been a couple weeks. Daydream is one of like my most anticipated releases for this year, so I'm very excited. I actually have been doing such a good job not going to the bookstore, because if I go to the bookstore, I'm going to buy something, and so I've been doing such a good job with sticking to my physical TBR or my TBR on my Kindle, and I have not bought a book in a really long time. So now we have to, and this is a perfect excuse for me to do so. That makes me so happy. So fingers crossed it's a fun, giggly, cute time. For the 8th and last prompt, what are we gonna get? Ooh, wait, this is really fun. Okay, so new to me author, or an author I've never read. Honestly, I have a lot of them. Part of me wants to do Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I don't know if her name is Leigh Bardugo or Leigh Bardugo. I hear people saying both, so I could easily pick this one up. I have been wanting to get into dark academia for literally the longest time. I have been saying that I'm going to read this fall. I do feel like I would be cheating a little bit, and like it doesn't count because this is my book club's pick for this month. So maybe I should pick something else. So remember when I said that I had a lot of fantasy on my TBR? Well, I'm a liar. Well, I'm not a liar because I do have a lot of fantasy, but I am picking up another fantasy. The only reason why I'm picking up Heartless Hunter for this prompt, one, I of course have not read anything by this author, and two, I started this book so long ago. I think it was like the beginning of summer. I think I started in either April or May. I can't quite remember, but I read about 100 pages and then I put it down and never picked it back up. That is one of my toxic traits. I will literally start a book, never pick it up again. So I want to finish this book. I think I'm gonna restart it from the beginning, not from like the 100-page count, because I don't remember anything. I mean, I kinda do. I remember a little bit of the plot, but I don't remember a lot. So I want to give it like its fair shot. And I've heard such good things about this book. Like, I am having a little bit of FOMO because I'm like, I could have read it months ago and just decided not to. I don't know why. I was enjoying it. So I just don't know why I put it down and just never picked it back up. This is a true enemies to lovers between a witch and a witch hunt. In this world, previously, witches have been able to exist and coexist and not get murdered for it, but something happened and currently that is not the case. I also remember just enjoying this book so much and being like super invested. I kind of want to pick it up right now as soon as you and me are done doing this. Like, it really sounds so good, and I remember I was really invested in the story. So I think this is going to be perfect to add to the TBR for this prompt. We are 9 days into September, so of course I did pick 8 books because that's usually how much I read. I've already read 2, not in this TBR, of course, so I probably won't get to all 8 of them. I mean, I would love to. If I could, I would love to get through all 8. I feel like we have a good stack for September. So let's do a little recap about the books that we chose for this month. So we have Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis, Destroy the Day by Bridget Kemmerer, the tandem read, which honestly I don't know if I'm gonna get through it. I hope to, but I make no promises, okay? I am a mood reader. I do change my mind a lot. So don't get upset at me if I don't read it, okay? Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo or Bardu. Please let me know how you say her name because I don't want to butcher it every single time. One Star Romance by Laura Henkin. Daisy Hates, The Great Undoing by Jessa Hastings. And last but not least, Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. I think we have a great stack, lots and lots of fantasy, but As I was saying, I'm manifesting fall. I'm manifesting the fall vibes. So what better way to do that than to read cozy fantasy? I had so much fun doing this. I hope that you had just as much fun trying to guess what books I was going to choose and what books you maybe think I should have chosen. Please let me know down below. I'm definitely going to be doing this every single month, I promise. For October, we're gonna be early, probably at the end of this month or very beginning of October. I'm going to do the next TBR video. It might be the same as like a jar, but it also might be random number generator picks my TBR, or just like other ways, maybe like a fun game or something. Please let me know if you've read any of these books, your thoughts. Obviously, no spoilers, please. I love hearing other people talk about the books that they liked or loved. So please leave a comment if you loved any of these or you have any thoughts about the books I chose. And please let me know what I should do with the tandem read. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. It truly means the entire world to me. I love you all to pieces. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to follow me in any of my other social medias, they will be linked down below, but I think that's it for me. So I'll see you next time. Bye!